Good evening, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Mr. Fred and Friends. I'm your host, Fred Schultz, and today's going to be kind of a change of pace also. It's going to be pretty cool. I've got Steve McGuire on and obviously Mr. William Bailey, and we're going to take some people. If you chime in, say you want to be on the show, we're going to try to hook you up so you can come and tell us a quick story on the show tonight. And if this goes over pretty good, we might make this like a pilot or something and maybe go ahead and try this later on sometimes too. I've got to say hi real quick. Paul Farrell, Stephen Snow, Ryan Courtney, these guys jump in instantly at the beginning of my show every week. And I got to tell you, you guys are great. You really, really are. Not because you watch the show, but I just think that you guys care enough about paintball to really get involved. And Jeff Thompson also. I feel bad that I didn't get to see you this weekend, Jeff, at Monte Casino. I hear it was a pretty good time after the wind died down. We'll have Bill tell us that story a little bit too. And Stefan Gumby, Santorsola. That is a paintball family. Let me tell you, his wife Julie and his kids are nothing but just top notch. They really are. That's just a great group of people. And real quick, I have to give a shout out to my very good friend, very good friend, Tony Rudick. It's her birthday today. So Tony, I wish you a very happy birthday. You're a terrific lady, and I thank you so much. And I see Ryan Courtney says, hi, Kenny. So that must mean Kenny Stewart is watching us too. Kenny comes up as Facebook user. I get a few things I want to mention real quick because I'm having Steve McGuire on tonight, so I'm sure his first words are going to be, wow, your monologue was awful long, because, that's just how it is. And he might be right. So, but anyhow, real quick, I got to throw a couple things out here. These actually write down because I'm getting slammed with a lot of this stuff now. But, the WCPL is coming up here pretty soon, the New York Classic, and it's going to be June 4th and 5th, and it's at Paintball, New York. If you guys can't even go there and play, come out and check it out. Come out and support all the players there because it is a terrific time. Kevin Donaldson and Jerry Braun put on a great show. They've been working on the fields. I've been seeing pictures of the new fields and stuff. And of course, they have the oldest field in paintball, the Ponderosa. And I just absolutely love going there. I've already got my tickets. I've had my tickets now for probably a month already. So I am definitely waiting. We're going to head out. My wife and I are going to head out there and just meet a bunch of good people and hang out with all my friends and just have a great time. So remember, that is June 4th and 5th. It's at Paintball, New York. And also at Paintball, New York. Now, this is going to be in July, and this is the ICC Montressor Classic. Frank and Jennifer have taken over their son's Tim. He started it, and they've taken it over, and they are just doing a terrific job. And that's another one. If you can't get out there and play it, go out and support them. That's also going to be at Paintball New York, Jerry's Field, and it is absolutely terrific. You want to go do it. And guys, I always talk about building paintball. This is how you do it. Even if you can't play, get out there and support them a little bit. Get out there and cheer the guys on and check it out. It helps us all when you do that. It really does. And then the PBSL. Everybody knows I love PBSL. As you can see by the jersey over here. Anyhow, they're having a big event. It's May 7th. It's actually this coming Saturday, and it's down at Hollywood Park. And it's going to be cool. There's all kinds of great prizes, and it's a draw. They're going to have mechanical. They're going to have pump. They're going to have everything. It's a draw. And you want to get a hold of Todd Winokur. Todd will explain everything to you, or jump on the PBSL website. It's a great organization, and I am proud to support them guys all the time. I think they're absolutely terrific. And then the Hall of Fame game is going to be May 19th through the 22nd, and it's going to be the Hall of Fame. Now, the Paintball Hall of Fame, and I have like 4 friends going in there this year, and I am so proud of all of them. They're just, I got Rosie going in, Rosie from the Blafters. I got Thomas Gee going in. Thomas Gee, he does Paintball Extravaganza and worked for Tipman for years. I've got Ross Alexander, was my first marker sponsor. Ross is going in, Line SI, and my good friend Mr. David Rudick is going in. He had Paintball Dave's for years, and he's still Paintball Dave. He didn't change his name just because he doesn't have his field anymore. And if you get a chance, go support these guys too. I think they'd really, really appreciate it. And then when you're in California, you want to go up and play Combat Zone. Frank Krulin and James Strutton, they allowed me to do the first WCPL there. And it was a challenge, no doubt about it, but it had nothing to do with the field. Everything else was a challenge. We had people not showing up to help us and yada, yada, yada. But Jake and James, they jumped in and we made it happen. So I just want to give them a shout out. I think they're a terrific couple of guys, and they have Combat Zone Paintball and Airsoft, and it's up there in Orville, California. You get a chance, jump up there and check it out. The field's amazing. You're going to go out there and you're going to go, what in the heck? They got some stuff out there I've never seen before. Very cool. And then one more thing real quick. Will Aurelio, he takes and he has a spin to win. He does that numerous times during the week. He's a terrific guy. And I love watching it. I mean, sometimes I don't catch it right away, but I got to watch it on the respin and stuff like that. People win some terrific stuff. He never spins any junk out. It's just great. And real quick, let me get my shout outs because I'm already running late. And I can see Steve in the green room right now. Wake up, Steve. Wake up. Okay. Yes. Stay. Yes. Stay. He just gave me the Italian salute. So anyhow, anybody, I tell you what, I'm going to give the shout outs real quick, but I want to bring Bill Bailey up real quick.
Oh, shit.
What's going on, Billy?
I was pouring a Dr. Pepper, but you caught me.
Yeah, I know that. That's why I brought you up right away. I said, oh, man, he's looking too comfortable, and he's going to have something to drink.
Yep.
So I'm going to give the shout outs real quick, but it was a little windy, I hear, on Friday at Paintball to Go.
It was windy all through the Midwest. I heard they had trouble at just about every field that was having games. So
yep,
that's
I hear it was
our weather in the spring.
But actually you lucked out because a couple of days before that there was supposed to be real severe weather.
Oh yeah, it was awesome. Saturday and Sunday game on. It was great, but
perfect.
The weather leading up to it, caused for some new obstacles, some swampy conditions, and it was an awesome game. We had a great time.
Still paintball.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Still paintball. Yep. Well, I'm going to give my shout outs real quick. I start every week with my good friend and one of the best guys I know, period, Mr. Tim Schloss. He owns Gateway Paintball in St. Louis. And his is going to be the final WCPL tournament this year. And if you get a chance, you want to check out Tim's field. It is nothing short of unbelievable. Am I right, Billy?
That's right. Here in a couple of weeks, we'll be moving up some big logs Tim's going to drill holes, and we'll place the logs for more wood bunkers that we're putting up. So
when I seen that field, and I was just amazed how beautiful everything is kept. And what is there, like 14, 15 different fields? I mean,
there's a lot. I don't know.
It's unreal.
Yeah, it's over 8 to 10. I know for sure.
Oh yeah. It's like 12 for sure. Yeah. I think it's 15 now because he added a couple. You were working on them with it.
Yep.
So and then I want to say hi real quick to Dan Colby. Dan Colby has a Mortal Air. Yep. Dan's been a friend of mine and a sponsor of mine for 30-some years. He also has a field in northern Florida now called Panhandle Paintball. So if you get a chance, jump up there, give a shout out to Dan. Say, hey, buddy, Panhandle Paintball, let's go play it. Go check it out, okay? Yep. Stephen Gumby says Tim's field is awesome. Gumby, you are so right, my good friend. Absolutely. And then Bud Orr. All I have to say is Bud Orr's name. I don't even have to say anymore. Bud Orr, I see pictures of him rocking out there at Monte Casino this weekend.
He came this close to beating Dan, but Dan kicked his ass. So.
Dan beat him?
Yeah, by 25 points.
Wow.
It could have been one to win. All Bud needed was two flag positions for 15 minutes, 2 props, one
last year when I went there, I had to play one day on Bud's and one day on Dan's. I just couldn't go there and just play on one of them because they're both such good friends of mine.
There were a couple people that did that.
Yep. And then I got to give a shout out to Tom K. Tom K was my marker sponsor with Airgun Designs for a lot of years. Absolutely terrific. Matthew Lund. How you doing, Matthew? And Rainey and Juby Boucher, Mr. Randy Camilla. He was the editor for APG back in the day. Mr. Jerry Brom was the editor for Paintball Sport back in the day, and he has the field that the WCPL and the ICC is going to be on, and you're going to absolutely love it. So, and then Mr. Ross Alexander, he is going into the Paintball Hall of Fame. Yeah, I'm not tired or nothing, you know. I've had such a long day, but anyhow, yeah, he's going into the Paintball Hall of Fame, and it's very well deserved. He's just what he put together with the Bushmaster, but he's just a terrific person. Period. And then I say hi to Mr. Jim Lively. Back in the day, 2 tournaments he wanted to do. It was definitely World Cup at Jerry Bronze and the Masters at Jim Lively, and I loved them both. And it was like a homecoming for me all the time when I'd go to those. And then I got to say hi to Mark Gong Jr. and Jaden Gong. They're 2 of the Hermans, and I love the Hermans team. They're a spinoff from the Ironmen, and the Ironmen and Constant Pursuit, which Constant Pursuit is back together, where Constant Pursuit is actually going to be playing its first tournament here in 2 weeks. And these kids are rocking. I mean, we have got a terrific team. You're gonna love it. Stay tuned to that. And then I got to say hi to Gino from Belkin, another very, very good guy. All right, so I've got to talk all that time. Oh, there's the Belkin truck. Yeah, that's like the Belkin truck that pulled into the World Cup last year and tore off Jerry's gate.
No, this one doesn't have a dent in it.
Oh, it doesn't? Okay. I love it. Well, what do you say? Let's bring up the popular, unknown Paintball podcast. I hope I got it right this time, because I know he yells at me. Anyhow, please, everybody, welcome Mr. Steve McGuire from up there in Canada.
Not even close. Popular, unknown Paintball podcast.
That's what I said, didn't I?
No, you started with unknown and then popular and then paintball. Just it's all good.
You know, I never rewatched my shows, and I'm gonna have to watch that just to see if I did, because I thought I was so perfect on that. Did I?
No, it is all good.
So tonight, guys, what we're gonna do. Well, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
It's called pulling a Fred Schultz. It's become a thing now. So you've made it a thing, so you don't have to apologize for it anymore.
I like it.
Right? You're a trendsetter.
Oh man, I'm moving up. I love it.
Right?
Yeah, real quick. I see you wearing what looks like a tiger.
Team Fox.
Yeah. Everybody Chicago. I got my Team Fox here buried someplace in one
Rob
of these
Walker.
things.
Yes.
Yeah.
I was supposed to play with Team Fox. Yeah, I was supposed to play with Team Fox at the Iron City Classic last year on the Friday for 5-man. So that's why I've got the jersey. But unfortunately, I had to sleep in the airport and my back was just done. So if I apologize to everybody out there if I wasn't able to do what I want to do, but I was supposed to play with Team Fox on this Friday and the Master Blasters on the weekend, and I was just bugged.
That happens when you're over 70. That's just how it is.
I know.
So, yeah.
It's good for 70.
Right?
Yeah.
I thought you were in my hometown the other day, Steve.
You're such a schmoozer, man.
Is there a beaver or a moose joke coming?
No, well, yeah. On the back window it said the moose is loose, and I was like,
you're gonna have to up your game. Come on, give me something new.
Okay, but I actually seen it. It's real.
He called me up. He called me up. He goes, "Is Steve in town?" I go, "I don't know why." He goes, "I just seen an advertisement on a window."
The moose is loose.
And I'm like, wow.
That's actually an old advertisement from Ontario. We actually have a bunch of moose sculptures. Yeah, moose sculptures. And they're all over Ontario. And there was like a big thing 15, 20 years. I don't know. I'll have to go around and snap pictures, me doing selfies with some of these things, because they're scattered all over Ontario.
There was a McDonald's here in Springfield over by a grocery store outlet, distribution center, and it had Ronald McDonald sitting on a bench and the drivers would steal it and then take it out in like New Mexico or wherever and take pictures of it. And people got all pissed because they didn't know who stole the damn thing. And then a couple of years ago, they were cleaning up one of the rooms inside the building, and they found it. So they realized who it was. So it was
in there sleeping.
We had the same thing happen, sort of. A guy stole it and put it in his passenger seat so that he could drive on the carpool lane. So when there was pictures and stuff, there was a body there, and he had Ronald McDonald in the front seat riding
Bill, you laughed at that. They do that all over out here in California. And they catch the heck out of them too. And we got Mark Gong's watching us tonight. Mark, I mentioned your two kids. Mark Gong, I got to tell you, he just works so hard for the kids stuff. I absolutely love it. And everybody knows I'm a Herman's fan, like I said earlier, you know, but he's kind of, him and Michael Beard are kind of the tip of the spear. You know, a lot of people have worked to get the kids involved in paintball across the U.S. I understand that, but, you know, it never really came to light. You know, I seen Mark with the kids. I started talking about it. Mark started, we started hooking up with other people and everything like that. And it has just become a big thing. And, you know, you can really thank Michael Beard and Mark Gong out there because they really, really work very, very hard at that.
I would definitely agree, but I think that Jennifer Montresor needs a tip of the hat in this too.
Well, they all do. No, they all do. But you know what, Steve, I got to tell you who started it, and I watched it happen.
Oh, no, I don't disagree. Yeah. I'm just saying.
Jamie Conley, you know, Jamie Conley works real hard with the kids. There's a bunch of people that do it now, and I absolutely love it. And they're all hooked together. But
I'm just saying she's running 3 teams in different areas.
Oh, I understand that. And
so,
I do. Like, I had him on the Montresor Marauders.
Yes.
We've got him on.
Well, that's one of her 3 teams, right? So
yes,
I just wanted to make sure we gave her a tip because Mark Gong may have started it, but she really picked up the ball more on the East Coast, and so I'm hoping for a really big rivalry between the Gongs and the Montresors, and I think that's going to be fun in the future.
It's not so much that, it's the Hermans. You know, he started with just the 2 kids. You go out to one of these tournaments or even a practice now, and you'll see about 30 kids and all their parents are out there supporting them and working with them.
Yeah,
it's absolutely terrific. It really is.
And I'm not taking away from that. I'm just saying absolutely.
You can't take away from it because they actually fired it up.
I just wanted to make sure she got a little tip of the hat because I really think that crap. The team just, I'm pulling a Fred Schultz. You have to forgive me.
No, I never am lost for words.
Of course not. Media hype. Filthy rumor started by communists. I hate those darn Cubans, don't you?
Yeah.
Moving on. But I really think the Montresors and the Gongs, I think that's going to start like a nice little friendly rivalry, like Automag versus Autocockers, and just
I don't know.
I want to see it happen.
The Hermans are going to the World Cup this year. So the kids are going to be playing. Yeah. So I think they're actually working on putting something like that together.
Yep.
And like I say, I watched this happen. You know, I was actually part of it with them guys. They did all the work, and all I did is start talking about it. But they worked their butts off at it. I couldn't be more prouder of them. Absolutely. But you're absolutely right.
I love watching all the updates.
Oh God! Wait till you see these kids play. It'll blow you away.
I've watched videos.
God. Oh, and to watch it, and you know, and they're out there. They're this tall, and they're out there, and they're just incredible.
Kind of like Paintball 2001 when they shrunk all the bunkers. And well, actually, no, you quit by that time, didn't you?
I knocked off then. I've done it already.
Tall. Yeah, they'd already shrunk everything.
I did it a couple of times already, Steve. I was bored with it. So, you know, I moved on. So, anyhow, tonight what I want to do is, I see we got Stephen Snow sitting in the wings. I'm going to bring Stephen up in just a minute. But, guys, if you'd like to be on, go ahead and just say, hey, I'd like to be on. And either Steve or Bill will send you an invite. And we're going to let you jump on and give us a little story on paintball tonight. But, you know, guys, I think we're going to start right now with another guy I respect the living heck right out of. And everybody knows I love people good for paintball. And those are the guys I push all the time. So everybody, please welcome Mr. Stephen Snow.
Hey, Fred. Hey, Bill. Hey, Steve. How you guys doing?
Doing good. Hey, nice headband.
Hey, thanks. Hey, I wonder where I got it. Should I say? Is that all right?
Yeah, it is.
All right. Well, Mr. Fred himself gave it to me. I was lucky enough. I promise I didn't ask for it. All I said was I wish I knew how to sign up for the drop. And Fred jumped into the comments and said, "What's your address?" And my jaw hit the floor. And I said, "No freaking way he's going to send me one." And sure enough, he definitely sent it to me.
It's not a wall hanger. He wore it through the whole deal. So
yes, I did.
Wore it. He wore it. He said it was a good luck charm. And
I definitely
did. Almost got him a gun, but
yeah, I appreciate that. You missed the drop. I know the drop went really quick. God, it just
they all are.
Yeah, it was under 5 minutes and they were gone. So, but I was very, very happy to give you one. Like I say, you know, you're one of the guys. I like a lot of people in paintball, but there's certain people that I really will go overboard for. And those are guys I think are really great for our sport. You just happen to be one of them, buddy.
Well, that means absolutely the world coming from you, Fred. So thank you so much. And I'm wearing it out every weekend. I've worn it every time I go out. I've actually got a mask. I wish I had it here handy to show. But it's funny. Another friend of mine had actually given me a V-Force grill mask that has a pattern that matches perfectly to the underside of the Cheyenne. So
really?
When I wear them together, it just looks like they're made for each other. And the jersey colors for the team that I play with most often, Momentum, match perfectly. So it fits.
Now if your high heels matched.
Yeah, if only. Well, which pair? I have so many, you know.
Yeah. Well, I'm so proud that you wear it. It's you know, it was one of the first ones when Oliver's on my show last week actually, and
it was great.
Yeah, Alex Frazee was in the wings, man, and Oliver and I ended up talking the whole hour. So I'm gonna have to put Oliver back on again. I mean, not Oliver, but Alex back on again because Oliver and I just got wrapped up in it, and he's going to be heading back to Belly here pretty soon. He's still wandering around down south right now. He was in New Mexico the other day. And he just texted me a little while ago and says I'm down south right now. But when he gets back there, we're going to try to do another show. But it was kind of rough doing the show from Belly because there's like an 8-second lag. And that was very, very rough. So we're going to try to figure something else out.
Yeah, when you had him here on the show, I watched that. That was a great show. I watched that whole interview, and it was really, really good. It was really cool to hear him talk about all that stuff, and the whole interview I thought was awesome.
Yeah, you know, Stefan, we could have talked for hours. You know, as a matter of fact, we talked an hour before the show, and then we talked after the show, and he's really a good kid. And Alex Frazee, I can't say enough about Alex. Alex is one of the nicest people you'll ever want to meet, you know, and these guys play at such a high level. And they're just great people. And they all worked on Field 1, and Field 1's got a new marker coming out. They got a new barrel coming out now. So I was going to get a barrel for build from them, but the new barrel just came out. I think they just got it done, and it's supposed to really be cool. They got some kind of groove thing that's actually inside the barrel that makes the ball go straighter in windier weather and stuff. So I don't know how it works, but
that sounds awesome.
I gotta ask. So they have a round ball, and the barrel makes the ball travel straighter in the middle of wind.
In inclement weather, you know what rifling is, don't you?
Yes.
Does that help a bullet?
Yes.
Okay, well, see, that's what this is supposed to do, is the exact same thing. It still has the holes to release the pressure as it goes towards the very end, but it has these grooves. If you get online, they just put a picture of it online, and it has these grooves in it, and it's supposed to make the ball track better.
Okay, now are they straight lines or are they curved?
No, they're straight lines. Yeah, it's not rifling.
Okay, that's what I was going to get, because if it was rifling, like the old Armisen, like,
yeah,
in a nutshell, because it was circular, if there was any imperfections or dimples, if you put a spin on a paintball, you're going to make it hook. You're going to make it go all over the place.
Right.
So what they're doing is similar to the smart parts. It's got the rifling inside, so when the water, it just blows cleaner, much easier.
Correct. Yeah, it's a straight shot through it. It still has the straight holes. It doesn't have the spin like smart parts did.
Right.
It still has a straight one. So Butterworth's watching right now too, and Kenny Stewart. Kenny Stewart is a great guy.
I saw Kenny actually gave me this hat this weekend, which is a limited edition Titman hat that was never released to the public. And apparently the only people that got him is Kenny and Titman guy. So thank you, Kenny. Kenny is awesome in person for anybody who's ever met him. But
yeah, he's a terrific guy. And you know what? It couldn't have went to a better guy, Stephen. I'm glad he gave me one because, you know, and he is a terrific person. Yep. He really, really is. Yep. Yeah, I wanted to get to Monte Casino. I was just so busy this week that I was supposed to be up in Oregon at the Super Game. I couldn't make it up to that, you know, and that's only 9 hours away. And I couldn't even make it up to that. So I was swamped. But I thought about you guys all weekend. And that's the reason I like going to do that is to see, you know, all you guys. But you're down south, right, Stephen?
Yeah. I'm over here by Combat Paintball Park. That's my home field. But
how far is Hollywood Paintball from you?
It's about 50 minutes. So a lot of my friends play there. I play with 2 teams regularly. So Momentum and OAF. And this is a family-friendly show, so I won't say what that stands for. But we play under OAF. And it's a great bunch of guys.
What state?
California, Southern California. So they mostly play at HSP, both of those teams. And then Ambush and Combat are out here. And then SC Village is about an hour away. So I've got a lot of
Hollywood. Is it past LA or is it on this side of LA?
It's on my side of LA for me. So
it's on the other side of LA.
Yeah. It's kind of in LA. It's in LA County. If you're in the middle of LA, it's only going to take you 20 minutes to get to.
Oh, is it? Okay. Yeah, because it's on the other side of LA too. So yeah, I was thinking about coming down to PBSL has one next Saturday. They have a PBSL draw at Hollywood there, and they're going to do a Mac draw, and they're going to do a pump draw, and they're going to do an everything draw. I think it's going to be pretty cool. I was thinking about maybe buzzing down there and checking it out.
Oh man, that'd be amazing. I wish I could make it. I originally signed up for it, and I've got a memorial service on Sunday, and then I have to work on Saturday. So unfortunately,
you got to take care of business.
I'm not going to make that one. But yeah, definitely the PBSL. I was talking to Tim Schloss this weekend. And that's actually part of my story is he invited me and my friends down to Gateway Paintball before we left on our flight. And we went down there and I was talking to him about the PBSL and I was telling him, you know, I mean, if you have a field anywhere and you don't have a PBSL going, I think everybody should talk to Dennis and get a PBSL chapter going. Because every time I talk to a paintballer and I explain to them what the PBSL is out here and how much fun I've had in it, you know, they're like, man, I wish we had something like that out here. So I would love to see.
You're right as rain. You know, the first time I seen it, Sam Wyrick, you know Sam?
I haven't had the pleasure.
Sam Wyrick, he does it up here. And then, you know, Todd does it down in your area down
Todd's
there.
awesome. Yeah,
Todd's a great guy. I love Todd, yeah. Sam Wyrick, first time I went out to see it, they throw all these cards down on the table, right? And I go, well, Sam, explain this to me. And he goes, watch this, Fred. He goes, all right, you guys come over. Everybody picked a card. And it was a 3-man that particular day, 3-man pump. And if you got a deuce, the other 2 guys that got deuces on it, that was your team. So what I thought was so cool about the concept is you didn't know who you were going to be playing with. What are you doing? You're making friends.
Absolutely. And that's how I have so many friends now. Seriously, I didn't have any friends in my area. I lived here for like 2 years before I came back to paintball. I hadn't played in about 12 years. And I had no friends in this general area. And since coming back to paintball and starting to play, especially in PBSL, I've got tons and tons of friends now. And I would say probably half of them I either met at PBSL or I just met in the local pump paintball community, especially around here. The pump community, I want to say, more than anything else in Southern California has been extremely friendly and extremely welcoming. And I don't know what it is about pump, but I think there's something magic about it. And
well, are we still talking about your shoes, or are we now talking about the paintball markers?
You know, if you do both at the same time, it's even better.
It is. It is. Absolutely. So, all right, guys, you know, we got a lot of guys out there right now. You know, if you guys want to jump on and talk a little paintball with us, I think Andy McLean, you know, just go ahead and text, hey, I want to be on. I forgot to say that at the beginning. And just say, hey, I want to be on, and we'll pull you up. Steve or Bill will pull you up. So, but Yeah, Bill was saying it got a little windy this weekend at paintball to go.
Yeah, originally we had brought a tent up. We brought like a 6-man tent up. I brought 3 other guys with me this year, and we were gonna camp all weekend. And the second we got out of the car, we pulled up to the event and it was raining. And
hold tight. We got an old guy on the phone right here.
Hey, I want to be on.
Hey, Tim.
Everybody, this is Tim Schloss is calling in. How you doing, Tim?
Hey, I'm great, man.
I haven't talked to that guy in forever.
My casino, got to meet a lot of new friends. Steven was one of them.
He's a great guy.
Guys. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he's a great guy. Yeah, I like the guy an awful lot. So.
Yeah, him and his guys came over and I gave him a tour of the place. And we had a really good time up there. I think we wrecked your tent, though.
Yeah, I heard you ran over it. You failed to mention that when you called me earlier today. Yeah.
Oh, listen to this. I ran over the thing. You didn't know I ran over it before they put it up. And I go, I guess I got to buy a new one. They put it up. They said it's fine. And then the wind got it, so I dodged that one.
Was that the easy up that blew away?
No, man, I was like, oh my God, I'm out $1,000. Then I got a speeding ticket going home. I got stopped, and they didn't give me a ticket for 73 and a 55. So I mean, I was really living good.
Wow! Did you have Terry with you?
No.
Oh wow!
Myself.
You should have got a ticket then.
Yeah. Senior citizen discount.
But no, we really had a blast. I'll tell you what, they put on a hell of an event, and Jamie and James were great Dexos for the guys, and Danny and Bud. It was wonderful, you know.
I'd have loved to have been there.
Time with Bud. Oh, it was good.
Hey, David Ruddick just chimed in and said it was his fault.
Everything's Dave's fault.
I like a guy that takes one for the team, you know.
Oh man, I'm telling you what. It was a good time. Everybody had a good time. The weather was we only had a couple of bad things, but you know the fun overruled all of it. So
yeah, I'd like to have been there.
Oh yeah, a lot of people asking for you.
Well, I appreciate that.
No. Well, listen, I'll let you get back to it. I just, you said if you wanted to be on, call and say, hey, I want to be on. So I got to be on.
Yeah, you got carte blanche anytime. You know that, pal. hey, real quick, you know, everybody out there, you know, this is a guy that really put together Tiger Stripe camouflage back in the day. And I understand that maybe this week some new stuff is dropping. Is that a good rumor?
I keep hearing that. You know, I read the tea leaves this morning, and they were saying that. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah,
you know, you'll be the first one to know. We'll when it happens, I'll have it. I'll send. You know, we'll make sure that everybody knows.
Yeah. I cannot wait. I am very excited.
Yeah, you know, we've got a lot of people asking for it. So, you know.
Well, look what you've done. Like, you know, what back in the day, what did everybody wear?
Well, they wore our stuff.
That's right. That's what I mean.
If they wanted to win, it'd be cool.
Yeah.
You mean the original Tiger Stripe will be back out?
Original. Yeah.
The real stuff?
Billy Boy, he did a hell of a job cooking. I mean, I don't know where he gets his energy. I mean, the guy's running a tournament. Then he goes over and runs the one-on-one tournament. Then he cooks his dinner. I mean, it's unbelievable. I mean, the guy never stops.
Well, Susan says he sleeps after the show until Thursday night, so I don't know.
He deserves to. I'm telling you. I'm telling you, I've been calling Hal a secret weapon, but I'm starting to think maybe Bill's a secret weapon, man.
There you go.
All right, man. I'll let you go. Say hi to everybody, and I'll talk to you soon.
All right, but you stay safe here.
All right, bye.
Goodbye.
Andy McLean asked a good question. He said, if you had to pick one big game to go to each year, what would you pick? I didn't want to let that question slide by, so I just wanted to fire that out there before we missed it.
Wow.
Yeah, there's no way. You just have to pick
the one you want to go to.
The one you want to go to.
Or can go to.
There's no way you could pick, you know, just one.
Well, there's a lot of people that want to go to all of these big games, but you know, sometimes getting there is the thing. So
yeah.
All right, go ahead, Steve.
No, I'm one of those guys that want to go to all of them, but getting there's the thing.
I got it.
Just on board with you.
Well, move to Alabama, and then you can go to all of them.
Well, that's the plan.
Yeah,
I love it. Yeah, you have to come out sometime. We'll take a run down to L.A. We'll go down and we'll grab Bud and we'll grab Gumby and the Clowns and grab Stefan, and we'll go bang away maybe at SatCon or something.
That would be wicked.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
because SatCon is one of the holy grails of
so
paintball.
Decay of Nations in October would be a great time to do it. So I don't know how many of you guys know Eli Booth. I think a lot of people know Eli Booth. He's one of the generals, and he's become a friend of mine since last year. And he's going to be the Econ General. yeah. Surprisingly, I guess he does. A lot of them, come to find out.
Hey, what's the date in October? Because that's when the WCPL, the final WCPL is at Tim's Field.
I think it's around the 2nd. Let me go look real quick. Last year, it was an absolute blast. I played for UNA last year, and we actually wound up camping right next to Eli. And we met him, and after we found out who cool he was, we're like, we played for the wrong team. No offense to the general from our team. I mean, I'm sure he was awesome, too. We didn't get a chance to really meet him much, but Eli is so cool. We're like, okay, we're going to come out and play for this guy next year. And that's what we're doing. So Ekron for the win. And Team Pop, if he's watching. All right, let's see.
Real quick, Andy McLean. He's one of my new friends. He lives in Alabama. Great guy. And we were talking about Tiger Stripe the other day too. And he knows that the new original Tiger Stripe will be coming out this week. And he asked me, he goes, "Are they going to make it in Dago tees?" And the answer is, Andy, yes, they are. So when we get them, we're going to go ahead and I'm going to ship you one of them, buddy. So very cool.
1st to 2nd of October, it looks like, is for Decay Nations.
When is Tim's, Bill?
That's October 15th and 16th.
Yeah. Okay. So see, I could do both of those. Yeah. And that's down on the other side of LA, though, right?
It's at SatCon Village, SC Village.
Yeah.
Right
there. There you go. Okay. Very cool.
That's definitely on my bucket list. I don't really care about what game it is. That's just I'd like to put boots on the ground at SatCon Village. I'm upset that I missed Sherwood Forest this weekend as well, and Monte Casino. Like, I mean, there's so many great fields. I don't know how I could pick which one I want to go to more than else.
It's tough. A lot of the bigger fields are holding what I consider too many games. It's just, if they're holding 4 or 5 games a year, it's making it to where the players can't go to, support the whole industry.
Traveling ones can't anyway. The local ones, that's just great, but the traveling ones have to pick and choose.
Yeah. See, that's one good thing about California, man. We have such a variety of fields that you can go play here. But California, it's a long way, so it's not like a small state. I had years ago, I had Davidson call me up and he goes, "Hey, Fred, I'm going to be in LA." He says, "Can we have dinner?" And I said, "Oh, yeah." I said, "We could probably do that." And Steve Davidson, by the way. Yeah. And I said, "Yeah." I said, "I guess I could hop a flight and come down there." He goes, "Well, can't you drive down there?" And I told him, I said, "It's like you driving to Florida, buddy." So, yeah, because he lived up, So anyhow, my wife and I hopped the plane. We flew down. We had dinner at the airport there in the big, nice restaurant. And then after we had dinner, an hour later, we're on the plane coming back home. So, but yeah, California's got a lot of terrific fields, but California's a long place. Am I right, Stephen?
Oh, yeah. And the one thing, in my opinion, we're missing, so the Woods Ball, we don't have next to any here. There's a little bit at SC Village, so a little Woods Ball-esque, I would say, fields, but I would love to see a return of that.
The guys, we did the WCPL up here at Combat Zone, and it wasn't too bad. It was, the field's great, and they got they got stuff that looks like Star Wars out there with all these big concrete things and stuff. It's amazing, but it wasn't too bad. But we're, a lot of people right now are bringing back the Woods Ball thing because mechanical and Woods Ball are really, really getting popular right now. And, I love both of them because I started in Woods Ball, started mechanical. And here I am a gazillion years later loving Woods Ball.
Yeah, but when you started, after you rode the dinosaur to the field, there was only Woods Ball. It was only mechanical. Electros didn't exist for another, 30 years, 40 years?
I started with slingshots.
I'm just saying, you can't say, well, I started in the 80s, dude. There wasn't even semi-autos back then. There wasn't even bulk CO2 when you started.
No, there wasn't. It was all 12 gram.
It's like you said, though, Fred. I mean, up there, I would love to come check out some of the fields up north, and I bet you there is some nice woods ball up there. But like you said, California is such a big state; it might as well be like, going to 2 states north, because Northern California is a different world.
It absolutely is. Well, you go look at New York and then drive down to Florida. How many states you hitting through going down there? And that's what I was trying to say. But
I wanted to make it to WCPL, but it's just so far.
Well, I want to come down there because it's only a 6-hour drive to LA, or I can hop because I used to go down there every day to go down to check on a job that I had down there, and I'd fly down there in the morning on PSA and then fly back in the afternoon. It was nothing to jump that little. It was a 1 hour and 10 minutes or 11-minute flight. It's nothing. So Andy McLean, this is my buddy that I met now from Alabama. Would you like to jump on with us for a minute? If you would, let me know, and we'll get an invite out to you. And same way with Matthew Lund.
There used to be a woodball field outside of Fresno, but I don't remember the name of that.
The problem out here, and I'll tell you, is the problem in California is there's some real nice fields, but zoning really kicks your butt out here.
Yeah, we watch them go under all the time. I'm always seeing Facebook things.
It only takes one person to get a hair up their butt, and then they'll go and start fighting. The next thing you know, the field's gone, and that's a sad thing. So here's David Ruddick. Hey, send David an invite.
I think I did.
But, did you?
Yeah.
David, get on your phone. If Tony's not there, he won't be able to do it.
Steven, if you get the chance and you're going to start traveling a bit, swing by Wasaga Beach up here in Ontario. It's Wasaga Beach itself, the town. It's the largest freshwater beach in the world. So it's this great little party town. It's like, and it's about an hour and a half north of Toronto. So you just fly into Toronto, hop a whatever up, and it's a little party town. So, but the field itself, it's as good a field as anyone I've ever gone to. Like they've got axe throwing and what are those breakout rooms? And like, I mean, it's all sorts of stuff.
Everything with a hammer?
No, the mystery ones. Escape room. Thank you.
Yeah. Awesome.
But there's acres and acres. They've got tanks, they've got spaceships, and it's all hills and it's thick brush. And these guys have been running fields since the late 80s. So it's premier field. So if you get a chance to travel, you might want to add that one to your list. Actually, that's to everybody out there. If you get the chance to travel, you should definitely try to give Wasaga a try.
Yeah, I was talking to Donna. Donna's one of the owners, and I told her I was going to try to get up there this year, and I still might, maybe later in the year, but I would love to go up there and play that. And I understand it's a terrific field.
Oh, I can't even say enough nice things. And they own the land, so the buildings and everything are custom built for it, right? They have an indoor field. They don't use it currently, but they have Torrey's
field, huh, Bill?
Yeah.
Like they have custom, like it was an old farm, but they just have custom everything. But it's been in the Lang family, because that's Donna Lang. It's been in the Lang family for generations, and they just bought it back in the mid-90s. So anyway.
Well, Fred, James Clark messaged me. He says he's not able to call in. James owns Wildcat Paintball up right there next to St. Louis in Illinois, and he was Bud's XO at Monte Casino, but he said he's not able to call in, but loved the last day playing with Bud and Tim, and how all the old guys just stood out in the open while the young guys were behind the bunkers.
That's kind of how it was when I was there too.
Yeah.
Can you smell that, son? Nothing else in the world smells like that.
Yeah.
Smells like victory.
Yep.
There you go. You smell victory up there. The bacon doesn't overwhelm it?
No, you can't smell the bacon for all the maple syrup.
Oh, that's it.
Because remember, maple syrup does grow on trees.
I can still smell the bacon.
Yeah. That's a jacket that Bill got for the museum.
Steven, I'd just like to point out now, because I'm sorry, Fred, I'm cutting you off. But Steven,
okay.
I just going to point out right now, he's complimenting you on your headband, but you spend a few more months hanging out with Fred, and you're going to turn into me. It's going to be all about let's pick on the Canadian, let's pick on the Hormesis guy. You get compliments on your thing. I get told that I make the jacket smell like bacon and maple syrup. So you've been warned, Steven.
All right, we'll see how that turns
warned.
out. All right.
I'm not complaining. I kind of like bacon.
Yeah, you know, that's the part that sucks. I love both. I love bacon and maple
that's
syrup.
the bad part.
Yeah, that's a compliment, man. What are you talking about?
It's just Steve.
Yeah, the heating system in here keeps it smelling like bacon. It's like it's constantly being cooked.
I've never heard anybody complain that something smelled like bacon. It just makes you hungry.
Oh, God, it does. Unbelievable. You know, David Ruddick has gave us some 3 question marks 2 different times here. So I think he's trying to get on, but I don't think he can do it.
I sent him the link.
Yeah, and Andy McLean from Alabama said, "You smell so delicious, Steve."
Well, that was a question. He's like,
well, yeah, and plus you're 2,000 miles away. That's why. So you know.
And the answer to your question, Andy, is yes. I smell delicious. Like that's even a thing. I mean, you just have to look at this awesome.
That's the name,
and it should be self-explanatory. And I mean, and if you listen long enough, you can actually hear my genius too. So like, it's just I exude.
Where's my?
That's why Fred has me on.
Where's my barf bag?
I love that.
I've seen a picture that the Booty Boys sent out. Was that going to you, Steve, with the biscuits and gravy?
Probably.
Yeah.
They never actually tagged me, but you can pretty much guess when people talk about biscuits and gravy in the paintball community. They're just trying to get a little dig at the old Canadian.
I just thought it ironic being Canadians, and you know, of everything.
We can't get it here though. That's the thing.
Yeah.
Unless
you should open up a biscuits and gravy store.
Oh, I would love to do that. Kentucky with chicken fried steak, biscuits and gravy, some decent Southern grits. Oh. All right, excuse me.
So welcome to the Food Channel.
Yeah. Well, I'm hoping somebody needs to tell some paintball stories.
Oh yeah, like you know what? I tell you what, we're gonna have Steven up for that. All right, Steven, give us a good paintball story, buddy.
Well, I mean, from this weekend, it seems the most appropriate. I mean, not only did we get to meet and hang out with Bud Orr, you know, last year I got to come out, and that's where I had the pleasure of meeting you for the first time, Fred, and you, Bill, and Kenny Stewart. I met him for the first time last year. Tim Schloss I met briefly last year, and it was an absolute blast. So we pulled up to the event after a big, long flight and a long drive into the field, and it's coming down hard. I mean, it was raining pretty hard on our way in there, but right when we get there, they're doing the opening announcements, and Bud was just being handed the mic. And all of a sudden, the second I step my foot out of the car, not only do I step in a puddle, but rain just starts coming down in sheets. The hardest rain I have ever seen in my entire life. And I lived in Juneau, Alaska, which is in the rainforest, for the better part of 8 years. Oh, and wow. Let me tell you, it was just coming out. So I have a camera and I'm running out trying to get pictures just from the opening just for a minute, but I am completely soaked from head to toe when I get back to the van my friends were in. They didn't even get out because they're like, man, that's insane. It's a waterfall out there.
Yeah, that's what Tim called me up, and that's what he was telling me. He goes, oh my God, it is raining so hard.
And we were like, oh man, we're going to have to play in the woods the entire time. And we were like, this is just going to be a game in the woods. Everybody's going to be in the trees, and we're going to be wearing ponchos, and everybody's going to tape up their barrels, and we're just going to be under tree cover as much as possible.
Playing paintball, yep. But Steve, can you send Jeff Thompson an invite?
Yep, I can do that.
Jeff's a great guy. Jeff was at.
He's okay.
Oh, he's a great guy. Yeah. And plus, he cuts on you all the time, so I like him that much more. But anyhow, but yeah, he was at Monte Casino also. Yeah, Keith Kissel, sunny California. Thank God.
They were. It was when he was given that brief. It started raining so hard you could not hear it, and he's got a PA system.
Yeah.
And it was just coming down on that metal roof, and it was. But Saturday and Sunday.
Yeah, it rained a little bit during the first game, but that just made it more epic. It was just enough rain to make it feel like a cool battlefield, but not enough to make it crappy to play in.
it kept the smoke lower to the ground.
Yeah,
it was pretty cool.
And we thought we were going to lose after the first one, so the first round went really, really well, and then the second round we actually didn't make, but I hear that one actually turned out okay, but we still lost it. And by the end of the first day, Allies were down by 400, and we're like, okay, we got some major ground to make up. And the big upset, I think, was we wound up taking the Abbey at the very end of the game. And Joe even said he didn't expect that to happen during the announcement. He's like, okay, so I did not think the Abbey was going to fall. We're going to have to rethink that part of the game. But we fought for it. I'm sorry. We fought for that so hard. I was pushing
up. It was ugly.
I was
over 100 Allies storming it, and it was just, I put footage on my Facebook, and it's, you know, it's the videos of them taking it, and it was just.
I like the pirate ship. I think that pirate ship was, you know, last year when I got to go there, Dave Ruddick, Tim, and I, we were behind the boat, and this guy kept trying to reach up to pull the flag on the pirate ship. He got up there. Every time he'd reach up, we just pepper his hand. Finally, he didn't even, he just left it alone.
Imagine a pirate ship, but just square, 2 stories, and the flag base is outside of it.
Yeah, wow.
So both there, you got all the windows and the 2-story windows hammering down. I mean, there were so many people trying to pull that flag up, and of course they were shot way before they even got their hands on it, but they kept going like a tournament player, you know, doing a run through on a snake, you know, and they're just, you know, and then they get confused and they don't know which way to pull it. So you see the damn flagpole falling off to one side, you know, because they're pulling both strings at the same time.
See, they should have got together and did a freight train. You remember the old freight train?
Oh yeah, but they tried that, and they just got annihilated, and finally they overwhelmed them. You know, so they had, it was like 100 to 20.
So what happened?
Them out.
It was a ladder. What we did. So we had guys in the woods on the right hand side, and we basically had. I'm going to try to look at the camera so I can give kind of a visual. We had the Abbey here, and then we had, basically over here we had the woods, and this is all woods on this side. The main side is over here, and that's where the center rushes were coming from on this side. And we had them basically staggering. So we would push a bit in the woods and clear out a portion of the woods and take those, and then they would be able to push in the center and move up a little bit. And then once they got the center solid, we'd be able to push until we were both right up on the Abbey. And we, like Bill was saying, people were going and running for the flag, and they were getting shot out over and over as intended until finally the spawn point, I think maybe if I had a critique, even though it was in our favor, maybe got pushed up a little bit too far, and that's what allowed us to keep respawning and jumping in so fast.
They look like a trail of ants because the respawn point was about 300 feet away, and it was just a solid line of people. They looked like a bunch of Ukrainian refugees just going back and forth. It was crazy.
Yeah.
I love it. Yeah. That's one thing that I love about paintball, because, you know, my other than my family, obviously, my best memories are paintball. They, you know, when I started years ago, I just met some of the best people in the world. I'm still meeting new people. You know, Steven, you know, him and I got to meet him last year, but we had met online before that, you know, and I'm just grateful for stuff like that. Oh, we got JT in the house here. Let's bring him up.
I'm out of here.
Yeah. What's going on, my friend?
So much. What's happening?
Hey, you had a good time down at Monte Casino?
Had a great time. I just wanted to come on and tell one quick story.
Shoot.
I didn't get to meet you, Stefan, but you were on red or blue?
Blue this year. I was on red last year.
Okay, so you did give me some welts. Okay, thank you very much.
Oh, yeah, likewise, man. Thanks. It was a hell of a game. It was really close.
So one quick story. So, yeah, it was near the end of the day on Sunday. We were defending the Abbey on top of or halfway down the hill. Like you said, the old guys were standing out just in the middle shooting. Bud Orr was standing there shooting. And Tim Schloss says to Bud, I'm going to go for a walk. So he starts walking down the hill. I started walking down the hill behind him. We just kept walking and walking and walking. Gets down behind the flags. And then I have to admit, I kind of got scared when people started tracing their guns on us. And just before 2 guys that were behind one of the bunkers that we had already gone past started shooting at us, I took them out. And then all hell broke loose. But, yeah, he did the dead man walk in the middle of, I don't know, 200 people. and made it pretty far, and we took out a few. We took out a few before we got shot out. But that was yeah. Tim just decided to do the dead man walk down the hill right in the middle of an entire huge battle. It was pretty fun.
Yeah. The best part about that, Dave Running, he's like looking around, and he starts walking down the hill. Now he was playing for blue at that point, but he switched armbands and it had red, and he's walking at the back of their line, and he goes, "Come on, everybody!" He's trying to get people to join the walk of death. You know, I've got it on film. It's funny. It's I've already posted it. It's funny as hell. But it's got him in the very back, you know. Come on, everybody. And he's like flagging people in to join the walk.
Nice jacket you got on, Jeff.
Oh, I had to put something on.
Yeah. Is that an original?
That is an original. Actually, it was funny. Tim was looking at it. Because he's like, that doesn't look like my design, but he looked at it. It's got the original Army tag inside of it. It's an original. Yeah,
because we got the originals coming out this week. Actually, it's pretty cool. It's the same color block, the same 3 fingers, the same everything as it was originally. So we're pretty excited about that. Hopefully, in the next couple of days, it'll be dropping. But that's perfect for woods ball.
This one has my my Calgary team that I used to play on.
Love it.
The autococker on it.
By the way,
that's a shame I couldn't make it down there this year. But man, I would have loved to have been down there with you guys.
We missed you.
The message that says you were great, brother, that's Bud Orr.
What's that?
The message that says you were great, brother.
Oh,
that's Bud Orr. So that's Bud Orr talking to JT.
Oh,
cool. Right on.
Yeah. But, well, okay, another quick story. So first day, actually, I had one part of the game was one of the best games I've ever had in my life, and I won't even get into it here, but I took out a lot of people before I got taken out defending some little steel shed on the side of a hill, but whatever. I think we're at the pirate ship, and Bud's like, "Come on, we're going to do a side mission. I need you to go do something." And he didn't recognize me, I don't think, when I had all the gear on, but he wanted us to go and pick up a prop somewhere like way down at the original where the ships were, like where we dropped the ships at the beginning of the game. And I just looked at him and I said, "Mr. Orr, I would do anything you would tell me to do. I'll take bullets for you, but I can't walk that far right now because I'm not in good shape and my knee's sore." So he just laughed.
You were wearing your Booney Boys shirt, so you and Martin, he knew who you were.
Well, he knew who I was, but he was just like, he wanted to send a group of people because I think they had to carry something heavy back, but it was like, there was no way I was going to be able to walk down there and carry anything back. I could hardly walk. So
right on. Well, I'm glad everybody had a good time there. And, you know, I appreciate you jumping on, JT. I wish I could have been there with you and Steven because, like I say, you know, you're 2 great guys for paintball. And I appreciate very much you guys jumping on tonight and saying hi. But I've blown through my hour.
What?
So, yeah.
Not yet. You got 23 seconds, 22 seconds, 21 seconds, 20 seconds.
All right, keep counting. It'll be gone.
Well, do you tack on time like you know how soccer tacks on time? Do you tack on time for your monologue? Because you could tack on another 20 minutes.
Oh.
It must be. I think it's just a Canadian thing, Fred.
It is.
I don't think they like monologues.
Yeah,
I don't think
jealous will get you nowhere.
David Letterman. They just don't understand it.
I love it.
That was
right on, JT. Hey, thanks for popping in tonight, buddy. And I'm so glad you had a good, safe time.
Yeah, it was awesome. It was worth a 13.5-hour drive.
There you go. You know, you're welcome on the show anytime, too.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, you can jump on anytime after my monologue. So
there's time after the monologue?
No, not you.
If he has time.
No, this is your last time, Steve. I love you, Steve. Give me a break. All right, JT, you have a good evening, my friend.
Steven's all quiet. He's just sitting there.
Stay safe. Yeah.
They won't notice me.
Don't pick on me.
I warned you, Steven. You're the new guy, so if they love you now. Give them a few months, and they're going to just chew you up and spit you out.
Not even close. Not even close. Matter of fact, as time goes on, I cherish him that much more. So, you know, I'm glad he's a friend of mine.
Did Steven tell everybody how he actually, the first time he played paintball?
Oh, Steven? Yeah, I haven't. Yeah, we've heard it from JT. He's told us before. Yeah, go ahead, real quick.
First time I played paintball, I had been begging my parents for years. First of all, I got my first Action Pursuit Games magazine when I was about 11 years old, 12 years old. And I had been started my begging then, and my mom wasn't having any of it. She was super overprotective, and she was like, no. And my friends from school had been, and I was just begging. So I would get Action Pursuit Games every single time I go to the store. Just read and drool over all the different guns and read about all the different events. Finally, by the time I'm 14 years old, I get I talked my parents into getting me a Spider SE, and I still have it right here, just a few feet away from me. I will never get rid of that gun. And it still works with the original O-rings. Those O-rings are older than most kids I shoot with that gun. And yeah, and
you just jinxed yourself. You know that, right?
Yeah. Next time I go to shoot it, they're gonna tear. But I got extras. They're tank O-rings, so whatever. But finally, I talked him into letting me go, and I went to this awesome little woods ball field out here by where about 5 minutes away from where I am now, out in Newhall at the time, and it was 1998. And yeah, it was an amazing woods ball field. They would do kind of big game format games, capture the flag, and yeah, I was hooked. I fell in love immediately. I started reading ravenously anything I could find about paintball. With my crappy 1990s internet connection, I used to watch those real player videos on Warpig back in the day.
Warpig.
Like, yep, Warpig, yep.
The size of a postage stamp, and you couldn't even see the paintballs because there wasn't enough dots that the picture was made out of. So you just kind of had to watch for when guys were putting their arms up and walking off the field. But yeah, those were the days. But that's the first time I played paintball. I had been looking forward to it for years already, and I got to go out and play at a woods ball field when we still had it here in Southern California. And, yeah.
Very cool. All right, guys. Well, Stephen, I appreciate very much you coming on tonight, buddy, and doubly appreciate. I'm going to tell my wife you wore the headband tonight. She will absolutely holler you. It's very, very cool. I appreciate it.
I could not be more honored to be on the show or to have the headband. And this, I told you when you gave it to me, this is one of my most prized possessions, and I'm going to. It's going to be worn forever. It's going to get nice and soft and a little bit faded, I'm sure, but it's going to be loved and appreciated and cherished forever. So thank you so much.
Well, it was my pleasure, and I am very, very happy that I got to send you one of those, buddy. So thanks again, and you're more than welcome to be on the show again. Okay.
Thanks.
You did a terrific job. You really, really did.
Thanks a lot. I had a blast.
Okay, you want to say goodbye to everybody?
Yeah, goodbye everybody, and big shout out to Kenny. It was awesome seeing him. Tim Schloss, thank you so much for having me and all my friends down to Gateway Paintball. That's an amazing field. It's on my bucket list now to get out there and actually play some games on it. It's always surreal to get a chance to see you and hang out with you, and it was absolutely amazing getting to talk to you. Yeah, just anybody I forgot to mention, it was just an absolute blast. I met one of the Booney Boys finally, and I forget his name right now, but we talked on the way back from the field.
Well, that was Jeff from the Booney Boys, so the other one's Martin.
Martin's the one I met, the one with whiter feet who said he doesn't wear socks when he plays. I thought that was interesting.
That would be Martin.
Yeah. So that was awesome getting to meet him. I met so many beautiful.
He makes beautiful grips, custom grips.
Oh yeah,
he does.
Absolutely. Awesome. And also JT, who beat me in the 1v1s for the Top Gun. I'm gonna come for him next year. That was a lot of fun, and I want it next year. But that was a really good game, and shout out to him too.
Did it run fast? Was it efficient?
It was really fast. It was really efficient. There was no problems whatsoever, and everybody had a blast. And I thought I was a little nervous going into it. I was like, okay, I play pump out there in Cali. I don't know how I'm going to do.
The rules briefing wasn't too harsh, was it?
No, I think it was great. I think a lot of kids there are probably going to want to go get themselves a little pump because they're going to want some revenge for getting out and not knowing how the pump worked and chopping balls.
Yeah, I'll tell you something, Stephen. Now you've been to PBSL tournaments, right?
Oh yeah.
Some of these kids, they pump faster than guys can shoot with an electro.
Oh, absolutely.
It is absolutely, and they don't chop balls. I mean, they are so in sync with it. It's amazing.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, there was a couple kids at the Top Gun. They just couldn't fit, because they had to use our sniper pumps. They'd never used them before. And they're like, oh, I need a different gun. This one chop balls. I was like, no, you chopped balls. Like, this gun's just a machine. You did it.
Welcome to Pumpkin.
Like,
All
right, Stephen. You have a good evening, my friend.
Thanks so much. You too. Thank
All
you
right,
so
buddy.
much.
Bye-bye.
Great meeting you.
Great meeting you.
See you, Stephen.
Stephen Snow is one of the best guys I've had the pleasure of meeting in paintball. I think he's a class act, and I think he's terrific for the sport.
He's a promoter. Really he's definitely a game promoter. He loves.
He's just a good kid. You know, his attitude and everything. You know, just like Steve. You know, Steve sometimes has a real good attitude. You know, and yeah, I said sometimes. But, you know, that's what it's all about. You know, the people that I hang with and the people that I try to promote and the people that we put on the show and everything, those are people I feel are really good for the sport of paintball, period. And, you know, Steve does the same thing. You know, you don't put jerks on the show, that guys that are going to get on and act like garbage. You know, no. We want to build our sport. That's what it's all about.
It's all about positivity. You know, like,
exactly right.
We all acknowledge that there's bad elements in any culture. I doesn't mean I have to promote it.
Yep.
But yeah, I don't promote it. You know, I don't badmouth them. I just don't do nothing with them.
More power to them. Live their own. But
yeah, I'd rather see them walking down the road talking to themselves. You know, I just I have no time.
You've been down Kansas Expressway here in our town, then.
Steve, I'm going to say goodbye to everybody. Steve has the
popular unknown paintball
popular
podcast.
unknown popular paint. Hey, Steve is on tomorrow night. Steve's on at 6 o'clock tomorrow night, Pacific time.
9 o'clock.
9 o'clock
on my
Eastern
side of the country or planet or continent.
So if you get a chance, watch Steve's show. Steve has a pretty good show. And like I say, Pacific time, 6 o'clock. Jump on Popular Unknown Paintball Podcast.
Just call it PUP, dude. It's so much easier.
I like saying the whole thing. It sounds more important. But anyhow, you know, there you go. You have
play with passion, everybody.
For some reason, when I see that handprint, I see the little kindergarten turkey pictures that they make with their, you know, with the handprint.
See, when I first, so that handprint is my actual handprint, right? Everybody else, once you see it, says they see a praying Jesus on my hand. If you take a look at my logo, everybody says they see Jesus in my hand, and I'm like, and
that's funny. You know what? That's funny because they always tell me, they go, why is his thumb as long as his fingers? And I go, I don't know. You just got big thumbs.
I'm just saying, you look at my logo, it looks like a person with the hand with their like. Anyway,
got it. Steve, thanks so much for coming on tonight, buddy. I really appreciate it.
Always a pleasure.
You have a good evening, my friend.
Bye now.
Bye now. All right, everybody, that was Mr. Steve McGuire from the Popular Unknown Paintball Podcast. You betcha I got it right that time. I got it written down here somewhere.
Just get a sticker, get one of his stickers and put it on your TV screen.
You know, read it. I had that down pat, and for some reason, I don't know why, I keep forgetting the popular part. I just go, unknown, the unknown popular. I always say Popular Paintball Podcast. I keep forgetting the unknown. But
that's because he's not unknown to you. He's popular to us. So
well, that might be it. There it is. There it is. Now I finally got it. Man, I thought I was going nuts, but that's cool. I appreciate that, Bill. All right, Bill. Well, I'm going to let you say goodbye to everybody because you made us run 10 minutes long.
Okay. Goodbye, everybody.
Hey, I'm glad you had a good time there at Monte Casino. I'm glad the weather broke for you guys because I looked at that weather just 6 days before that tournament, and there was rain for Saturday and Sunday. Scattered thunderstorms for Sunday. So
he's got another game called Smoke coming up in July, and we're hoping that there probably will not be rain then, but that's going to be another fun game. So
yeah, you know, right now the weather's it's like tossing the dice. So
yeah, no one's in control. No one's at the helm of the weather. You know,
Yeah, and either you go out and play or you just sit in the car.
Yeah, you can't do nothing about it. And kids will be like, well, if it rains, are we gonna wait till next week? Yeah, we'll get all 400 people just to freaking fly back down there next week, and
we'll just get a couple rooms.
You just come on out, you know.
Yeah, we'll get a couple rooms. I'll push everybody in there.
Yeah, Friday night, you know, there's 300 people camped out there, and the kid's like, so if it rains tomorrow, are we gonna call it off and do it next week?
Yeah, I love it. Well, right on, Bill. I know you worked your butt off there, just like you did last year. I watched you run constantly.
I still have a butt. It's still there. Thank God for four-wheelers, because there's no way in hell I could have walked all over that place.
Oh, not in that damn field. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, it's beautiful. You know, that Abbey, you know, it's huge, you know, and it's just perfect for that setting, because you're looking down that hillside with over 100-foot drop, and you can shoot out 300 feet without even using a flat line or anything. You can just shoot that far, because you can just lob it. And then the showers, he made, there's showers there now, hot showers.
I heard, yeah.
And you could be a giant and still not touch the shower head. The shower head's like 10 feet in the air, so it's like you're dancing in warm rain. You know, it's magnificent. You know,
very cool. Well, I'm glad it went good. You know, Joe's a good guy. Joe and Angie are great people, and I know they work really hard for what they do. So,
heck yeah,
and you do too.
Yep. See you guys later.
All right, Billy. All right, everybody, it's Mr. William Bailey. He actually, if you go to Monte Casino, you'd actually see who runs it, and it's actually Billy. He runs around on his little 4x4, and he covers some serious ground. And you know, there's not a lot of fires to put out there. It seems to roll pretty good, but he runs around pretty good. So anyhow, sorry we ran so long. I appreciate so much you guys hanging in there and watching us tonight. I definitely appreciate all my guests tonight. Stephen Snow and JT jumping in. Again, I want to thank Mr. Steve McGuire. And again, watch the show tomorrow night at 6 o'clock Pacific time, 9 o'clock Eastern time. And Mr. William Bailey and I will see you again next week at 7 o'clock Pacific time on Facebook on Flagpole Productions. So until then, please play hard, play safe, play fair, get out there and play paintball.